in advance you decide what activities you want to do and how you have to perform those activities. This is called planning. When plans are set, various departments like your finance department, your marketing department or your production department, they can work with coordination. Managers get the opportunity to develop new ideas, and these ideas can take the shape of concrete plans. Hello everyone, this is Purna Chandra, Faculty Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram. So today we'll be starting the second unit in Management Principles and Practice, and today will be your first session. So the name of the unit is Planning and Decision Making. So we will start today's session. So the agenda for today's class is you will be understanding what is the meaning and definition of planning, as well as you will be understanding what is the purpose of planning, features of planning, as well as importance of planning. We will come one by one. So first we'll understand what is the basic meaning of planning. So what the meaning states is, planning is deciding in advance what to do and how to do. So in advance you decide what activities you want to do and how you have to perform those activities. This is called planning. So you also see the second point. It is one of the basic managerial function that bridges the gap from where we are and where we want to reach. So it is the first function of management, and it is also considered as a basic managerial functions. So what planning does is it bridges the gap between where we are and where we want to reach. That is, for example, you people are making 1 crore profit now. That is where you are, and now you want to take it to 5 crores. So this is where you want to reach. So planning, what it will do is it will bridge this gap between where you are and where you want to reach. That is, you can plan your activities so that you increase your profit from 1 crore to 5 crores. This is called planning. This is the basic meaning of planning. Next we will go for definition of planning. Planning is an intellectual process which consciously determines the course of action, and planning decisions are based on purpose, facts and considered estimates. So what does this definition stating? So it is basically stating that planning is an intellectual process. Obviously it is an intellectual process. So the person who is involved in the planning process, he should be intelligent, he should have good IQ, and he should have some intellectual behavior in which he can take certain plans, in which he can make certain plans. So what planning does is it consciously determines the course of action. Here planning simply out of something you cannot come out with planning. You should consciously determine the course of action. That is, whatever decisions you are making, whatever aims or objectives you are making, it should be consciously determined so that the activities will take place well. So we can state that planning is an intellectual process which consciously determines the course of action, and planning decisions are based on purpose, facts and considered estimates. So whatever decisions taken by the top level management when they are planning, it will be based on purpose. They should have some purpose while planning. If they don't have any kind of purpose, then obviously they cannot plan well. For example, the purpose is to produce 100 products and sell 100 products. So when the purpose is to produce 100 products, likewise you can plan. This is purpose. Then facts and considered estimates. So planning, it is not fancy. So out of nothing you cannot plan. You should plan based on facts and considered estimate. That is, you should refer to the previous year's performance. what was your profit in the previous year and what profit you want to make for this year. Likewise, you can plan, and also you should consider estimates. You cannot be exact while planning, but you can estimate. For example, you want to produce 100 products now, and you are estimating that if I produce 100 products, I might make 1 CR profit. So I might make 1 CR profit. So here this is an estimation. So it cannot be exact. You have estimated that if I produce 100 products, I will be able to make 1 CR profit. So you estimate and you carry on the activities. So this is the definition of planning. Next we will go for purpose of planning. So in purpose there are 6 different things. One is planning provides direction, planning reduces the risk of uncertainty, planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities, planning promotes innovative ideas, planning facilitates decision making, planning establishes standard for controlling. So we will understand all these purposes one by one. The first one is planning. It provides direction. Like how? We will understand. By stating in advance how the work is to be done. That is how the work is to be done. Planning provides direction. So, planning what it will do, it will state all the activities, what is the future course of action. So, when plan is done, then you get a specific directions to the activities. So, we can say planning provides direction. Planning ensures that objectives are clearly stated in order to develop appropriate course of action. So, what planning does, it will clearly state the objectives. For example, as I've already explained, you want to make 1 CR profit. So, this is your objective. In order to make 1 CR profit, you will have to produce, for example, 1000 products. So, here in the plan, everything is clearly stated. This is profit, this is the number of products. So here, what it is stating, planning ensures that objectives are clearly stated. So it is clearly stated. If you want to make 1 CR profit, you have to produce 1000 products and sell them to make 1 CR profit. So when planning, it clearly shows the objectives, then the future course of action can be clearly developed or it can be directed. You see the last point, if the plans are set, the department and individuals can work in coordination. So when plans are set, various departments like your finance department, your marketing department or your production department, they can work with coordination. So planning provides direction. Next is planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. What does this mean? What is the meaning of this word uncertain? That is, you don't know what will happen in future. There might be an earthquake or there might be a fire that will break out in your factory. You are not sure. So planning reduces the risk of uncertainty means planning is an activity which enables a manager to look ahead and anticipate changes. That is, when you are planning, you foresee the future possible risk. And what you do, you will plan accordingly. Like how? You will keep certain amount as emergency fund. So this is emergency fund. Why you are keeping certain money as emergency fund is that, for example, there is a fire which breaks out in your factory and everything is burnt. So in that point or during that situation, you can use this emergency fund and you can survive, you can cope up and you can revive. So we can say that planning reduces the risk of uncertainty because you're planning in advance for emergency in future, which is uncertain. You can deal with such problems by proper planning. This is planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. Next, we will go for planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. So what does this mean? Planning serves as the basis of coordinating the activities and efforts of different divisions, departments and individuals. It reduces useless and redundant activities, avoids confusion and misunderstanding, and ensures clarity in thought and action. So what is happening here is, when you plan, when you give clear-cut directions to the departments, what happens? The wasteful activities will be eliminated. For example, you tell the finance department to do finance related work. At the same time, you will tell the production department to do production related work. So here you are giving commands, directions which are clear cut. So there is no repetition of work or there is no wasteful activities. So we can conclude that planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. The next, planning promotes innovative ideas. Planning is the first function of management. Managers get the opportunity to develop new ideas, and these ideas can take the shape of concrete plans. So manager, he is planning for some activities. So he can come out with new innovative ideas because he has got all the authority to plan. So what he can do, he can innovate the product. For example, I'll give one example for innovation. You people know about dairy milk chocolates. So what the company did, after a few years of successful business, they upgraded dairy milk chocolate to dairy milk silk. That is, they innovated the product. Here what is happening, because they have innovated the product, more number of sales is happening. At the same time, you can consider Yamaha R15 bike. Initially, it was introduced in 2008. That is, the first version came. In 2011, the second version came. Likewise, third version also came. At present, the fourth version is there. So this is called innovation. So when the manager is planning, he can come out with innovative ideas which will increase the sale of a particular product. Next one is planning facilitates decision making. So planning involves setting targets and predicting future conditions, thus helping in taking rational decision from alternative course of action. What does this mean? Obviously, when you have to plan, you take decisions. So you have to take decisions keeping in mind your targets, and you have to predict the future conditions and you have to take decisions. So what we can conclude? We can conclude that planning facilitates decision making, because without taking decision you cannot plan. Both are interrelated. If you want to plan, you have to take decisions. At the same time, you cannot plan without decisions. So this is planning facilitates decision making. So next one is planning establishes standard for controlling. What does this mean now? Planning provides the standard against which the actual performance is measured. Therefore, planning is a prerequisite of controlling. Here, what they are stating, it is a prerequisite. That is, without planning, there is no controlling. In order to control, you have to plan. We will understand how. Now there is a plan. What is the plan? The plan is to produce 100 products. So the top level management, they have come out with a plan. They want to produce 100 products, and they will direct the production team to produce 100 products. So now the production is over. Now what has happened? They have produced only 90 products. Who? Production department. Plan was to produce 100 products, but they have produced only 90 products. There is a deviation here. So because you had planned earlier to produce 100 products, you can compare and control. Now suppose you have not planned, then you don't know what is the standard performance. So 100 here is the standard performance set by plan, but you have produced only 90. So here you are being able to compare between the standard and the actual performance because you have planned. Suppose planning was not there, means this 100 standard of performance would have been unsure. That is, you don't have any idea about that 100 products. So therefore, planning is prerequisite, means this is the thing. That is, in order for controlling to take place, you require planning. So planning provides standard against which actual performance can be measured. So this is the thing. So next we will move on to the next one. Features of planning. So the features of planning we will understand one by one. Planning focuses on achieving objectives. The main focus of why you are conducting or why you are planning is you want to achieve certain objectives, whether it is profit or number of products you want to produce. It focuses on achieving objectives. It is as simple as that. Next, it is primary function of management. That is, before other functions like organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, the primary function is planning. Without planning, other functions you cannot do. That is primary function of management. Next one is planning is pervasive. That is, wherever activities takes place, wherever business activities takes place, you need planning. Without plan, you will not be able to do good work. That is, without plan, you will not be able to be successful. You will have to face loss. In order to make profit, you need planning. So it is pervasive. Planning is continuous. What does this mean? So as long as you want to make profit, as long as you want to make or you want to produce quality products, you need planning. That is, you have to continuously plan. If you stop planning, you will have to face loss. That is the meaning. Planning is futuristic. What does this mean? Obviously, you cannot plan for the past. Past is over. You have to plan for the future of your organization. So you can call planning as futuristic because you are foreseeing the future possible risk. To deal with those risks, you are planning. That is, planning is futuristic. Planning involves decision making. What does this mean? That is, without decision, you cannot plan. You have to take some intellectual decisions and you have to plan. When you take intellectual decisions, your plan will be better implemented. If you do not take intellectual decisions, what will happen? Your plan will be a flop. You will have to face loss. So, planning involves decision making. Planning is a mental exercise. That is, you make use of your intelligence, your experience, your IQ and you plan. So it is a mental exercise. That is, with all your experience that you have gained, with all the knowledge you have gained, you come out with plans. How you come out with plans is by thinking. That is a mental exercise. So these are the features of planning. So next we will go to importance of planning. Reduces business related risk. Obviously, when you plan, the risk will be reduced. This is one of the importance. How it will be reduced? You're keeping certain funds as emergency because in case of any emergency like fire or anything, you can use that funds to revive your business. Suppose you have not kept any money for emergency situation, you will have to suffer. So it reduces business related risks. Facilitates proper coordination. When there is good planning, there will be good coordination among different departments like your finance department, marketing department, human resource department or your sales department, etc. There will be good coordination. Coordination means synchronizing the activities of different departments so that there is no confusion or there is no repetition of work. That is coordination. Aids in organizing. So when you plan, you can organize things well. When there is no plan, when you try to organize, there will be confusion. So what planning does is, it aids in organizing, it helps in organizing the workforce or the raw materials or different departments, whatever it might be. It gives right direction. So planning, simply they have not come out with plans. What they have done, these managers being intelligent, they have come out with plans, good plans. When good plans are there, it will give the right direction. So direction for the future course of action. So good plans means good directions. Bad plans means bad directions. So when planning is done right, it gives the right direction so that the activities takes place well and you can achieve your profit. That is, gives right direction. Keeps good control. What does this mean? So you're planning. That means you're setting some standard level of performance. For example, your standard level of performance is 100. So your plan has stated that you have to produce 100 products. So after that, when you go and measure, they have produced only 90 products. So there is a deviation. Because you are planning, you are getting to know this is the deviation. So you can control this. You can identify what is the reason why there is a deviation of 10 products. So the workforce have produced 10 products less. So you can take corrective measures so that this 90 products can be increased to 100 products. This is how planning helps to control. Next is helps to achieve objectives. What does this mean? So obviously you have an objective of making 1 crore profit. So what planning will do, it will analyze and it will find out that in order to make 1 CR profit, we will have to produce certain amount of products. For example, 1000 products. So what planning will do, this is your objective. Planning will help you determine the number of products you have to produce to achieve this profit. So it helps to achieve objectives. When you come out with a plan, you get to know the numbers. Like if you have to make 1 crore profit, you will have to produce 1000 products. In order to produce 1000 products, you might require 100 workers and you might require 1000 kgs of raw materials. Everything you can plan. So what planning is doing is, it is helping you to achieve your objectives. That is done, motivates the employees. So planning usually motivates the employees. How does it motivate? So in the plan, it will be clearly stated that workers who are working well, they'll be given extra bonus or incentives, or their salary might be increased. When the workers get to know that in the plan it is stated that they get extra money if they work well, they'll be motivated. This is called motivation of employees. Next one is encourages creativity and innovation. Obviously, it encourages creativity and innovation. That is, while planning, the managers, they think in a creative way and come out with a creative plan, so that the managers can implement this creative plan and come out with a creative product or an innovative product. So innovation means upgrading the present product. So what planning is doing is, it is encouraging both creativity and innovation. Next one, helps in decision making. Obviously, planning will help in decision making. So when intellectual people, they are involved in the process of planning, they take many decisions which are very important on the business point of view. So we can also conclude that planning helps in decision making. So these are the importance. Apart from this, you can also see planning also increases efficiency. That is, it helps in optimum utilization of resources. That is, the raw materials are not wasted. At the same time, quality products are produced and maximum output is ensured when you do proper planning. So these are the different importance of planning. So with this, we come to the end of this today's session. So in the next session, we'll be dealing with the topics planning process, planning objectives, types of plans. I hope you people are understanding what I'm explaining. Thank you.